Hello and welcome to an ICT tutorial, and today we are going over the program called Audacity. So, this program allows you to edit audio files and trim them, crop them, however you want to edit them. You can add effects, which I'll go into later on, and you can import multiple different file types using this audio, imports file, imports audio, and then you can export your audio in the format that you desire as well. So, to begin, I'm going to import some audio here. So you're on your basic menu here, go to File, click Import, and click Audio. And so let's import something here, some song, Love Me Again, Cove Remix. Okay, so you can see here that it's brought up this long bit of music. And if you click somewhere on here, I'm sure if you've been playing about with Audacity, you will know what's going on. So you can click and click play.
No, I can't wrong. Left your heart torn. Is that what devils do?
That seems like a decent bit. So let's go to where we started. Let's select this. In fact, I might select a bit more just for demonstrating purposes. And there we go. So we've now selected a piece of music. Now, to trim this, one rule that you always have to remember with Audacity is when you're trying to trim something, you must go up to this and make sure that you've clicked stop. Otherwise you won't be able to trim it, or edit it, or put effects onto it or anything. So, to trim this bit out of the whole audio, go to your edit, then go down to clip boundaries, and you can either click split, and that will split it on this same bar, or you can click split new, which is what I'm going to do. So you click split new. There we go. So now I've got my piece of music here, and well, I don't really want the other piece of music, so I can go to this bar at the side, and I can click the X in the corner, and that will remove it from the project. Now there's 6 tools here, and you can use these to move your piece of music around. I'm just going to move it to the beginning. And now if I go back to the selection tool at the front, and click here and click play.
No, I can't wrong. Left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long, where only fools go. I shook the angel in you.
So there we go. That's one thing that you can do. You can trim your audio. So now if I use this zoom tool as well, I can zoom in on the audio, and I can bring it along. If you right click, it zooms out, and if you left click, it zooms in. There we go. So that's the audio. Right, now you can see here at the end that it seems to abrupt very, very suddenly. So I'm going to go back to my select tool, and here I'm going to talk about effects. So there are multiple effects that you can use. In fact, if I select a piece here, make sure I've clicked stop, go to the effects. You can see here that there's lots of effects. There are 2 very useful effects that I will recommend that you use, and these are the fade in and the fade out. So if I just use fade out here, you can see now that when I click play, it's going to fade the music out to a finish. Here we go. You can see that it fades out very nicely, and it goes down without being a complete sudden end. And you can do that with the fade in as well. If I select like a selection of music here, click the effect and do fade in. There we go. Click play.
No, I can't wrong. Left your heart torn. Is that what devils do?
You can see that it's now faded in the music, and then it will fade out at the end as well. So the more you select, the more it will fade in, the more it will fade out. Okay, so there are other effects that you can use. You can select the whole thing and say I wanted an effect called wah wah. We will use the effect wah wah. There we go. In fact, ignore the things here. That's only for expert users of Audacity. So just click OK with those options, and that will change your effect on here. Click play again. You can listen to it.
No, I can't wrong. Left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long, where only fools go. I shook the angel in you.
Okay, but then if you don't like that effect, click edit, click undo, and it will revert the changes. Let's see if I can select one that I want. So let's have a look. If we get something called, let's have a look, see what one looks pretty cool here. You can change the speed of it. Here we go. So if you want to increase the speed, drag this little bar here forwards. Click OK, and the speed will increase.
No, I come wrong. Left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long. Where only fools go. I shook the angel and you.
However, you do not want to change the speed too much because it will make your audio very squeaky. Very squeaky. Indeed. Okay. So, we've now learnt how to fade in, fade out, and apply all of the effects from this tab. Again, I will emphasise that you will need to make sure that you hit the stop button. If I click play here, if I've just started playing it and then I select the section that I want to do and go to effects, I can't click on any of these because they don't show up. You have to make sure that it's clicked stop. Or you've got to the end of it and it stops it anyway. Okay, so now on to saving our project. Say we like this piece of music very nice. It's very good, it's perfect, this is our piece of music that we want to use. You can see here that in a Word document or something you would click File and Save. So if I click Save Project, it will say here that it's saving it as an Audacity project. And that's fine, but you can only then open it with Audacity. So that's not really what you want to do. Say you want to import this to something like Movie Maker or a video editing to go over the top of the video. You're going to need to go to File. Then you're going to need to go down to Export. Click on Export, and then you can see at the bottom here, you've got all these options. You can use most of these. They work. MP3 is quite a good quality. WAV is quite a good quality as well, but just use the one that it tells you to use. So WAV is very nice because you can use that in almost everything. I'm going to save that to in fact I'm not going to save that to my documents, I'm going to save it to my music again. John Newman, Love Me Again. I'm going to call this my edited for my ICT tutorial. And then if I save that, you can add an artist name, a track title, an album title, track number, year, genre, comments, major, brand, and etc. Whatever comes up there. So then you can just click OK, and that will have exported your project. You should now be able to minimize this down. Go to your music, which will be not there. It will be here, music, and then we should be able to find. There is my edited for my ICT.
No, I come wrong. Left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long. Where only fools go. I shook the angel and you.
And you can hear that the fade in and the fade out has gone from Audacity into the project. I will do a more in-depth Audacity tutorial in the future, but I hope that this has informed you guys well, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.
No, I come wrong. Left your heart torn. Is that what devils do? Took you so long. Where only fools go. I shook the angel and you.